Welcome, CNG 125, to a cold Monday morning. Um, Snow outside, a few more inches outside. So, different start, different from last week. Let's see. So this week we start the week of our projects. I left a troubleshooting topic in there. It is a definitely good topic to look at, and I also put in a new link to CompTIA's troubleshooting um, guidelines. And really, if you look at this and you've already taken CNG 120, you're going to see a lot of this, a lot of the process reflected um, in networking, yeah, or just in basic troubleshooting tips. Uh, you know, identify the problem. Oh, excuse me. Identify the problem, gather information, duplicate the problem. You always want to kind of follow the same steps over and over. Question the users, what do they have? Did they um, oh man, determine if anything has changed. Sometimes users move their computers, they unplug wires, and they don't put them back right. you know, so when they call you and say, "Yeah, my computer doesn't have internet access," uh, more than likely they forgot to plug in a wire. Develop a theory, test a theory, plan of action, implement a solution, verify, and then document the issue. Almost, well, I would say exactly the same as A plus steps. um, Command line troubleshooting tools: ping, traceroute, ipconfig, ifconfig, path ping, TCP dump, dig, arp route. We messed with a few of these in 124. Um, didn't really mess with a whole lot in this one, except for let's see. We'll use a couple this week. Yeah. Network troubleshooting applications, Packet Sniffer. Um, we messed with Wireshark in 124. Port scanner. There are port scanners available from the web that check from the outside in. And there are also port scanners that are available as software, which we're going to find out this week when we do our lab. Protocol analyzer um, kind of tells you what's on our network. Once again, you'll have the ability to do this, but we don't do it this week. Wi-Fi analyzer, highly recommend having some sort of Wi-Fi analyzer. Um, as I mentioned before, I have one on my MacBook Pro. Anytime I open it and hop on somebody else's network, it immediately checks to see if it can see anything. Because if I can see them, they can see me, and anything I have shared, they have access to. Bandwidth speed tester, there's a whole bunch. I just used one this morning. Actually, I used a few. Ookla. Um, I try to look for one that has latency. Let me see if I can't get the name of it. Uh, no, I did have a good one that I was using, and then I actually transitioned to a VoIP network, a VoIP, yeah, basically a VoIP network analyzer, which tested the speed and gave me a lot more information. It was designed for checking systems to see if they were VoIP capable, but it gives you a lot more information. I was able to deem latency, pings, jitter. I was able to get a lot more information that I was seeking over than just speed, and that's why I kind of went that route. Hardware tools. Hopefully, you still have those wire crimpers, cable testers, punch down tool from 124, TDR, light meter, tone generator. All very good tools. A tone generator is a great tool for when you're trying to track down a single um, cable in a uh, in a rack, throughout the apartment, throughout the building. Helps you really chase that down. A loopback adapter, sometimes a it can be part of the tone generator. It can be the same tool, multimeter, uh, spectrum analyzer, both other tools. And a little rundown on developing your networking troubleshooting skills. And the numbers aren't going to match. Just keep that in mind. Since I kind of tossed this one in 12 and the other one in 11, the numbers are definitely off. So this week we'll discuss some network troubleshooting, maybe your ideas on network troubleshooting. I left the slides in there for troubleshooting, so I hope you guys just run through those. This week will be more of a project week. I made this quick little lab for network port discovery. Basically, you're going to use VMware Workstation or Player. You're going to download torrent, grab a Kali Linux image that's already set up for VMware, and basically start their pre-made machine and run a scan on your host machine. And you're going to see ports are open. Kind of run through the lab. It shouldn't take you very long. I think maybe an hour would probably be sufficient for that lab. The project itself, improve your home network. Maybe you pull some reflections off that little port scan and you decide to shut down some ports on your computer, or the device that you just said, hey, this is not very safe. And maybe you decide that is your project that you're going to do your project on. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So to first develop a charter, define your problem. Maybe your host computer is unsecure. Maybe you want to get the Wi-Fi 6 access point. Anything you choose. Maybe update, create a more security by creating a wired network. I don't know what you choose, but feel free to go all out on this. What parts of your network do not meet your needs? How can your network support you as a student more? Your project charter, if you don't know how to write one, feel free to search. And basically, it's not going to be very big, maybe one page. Your priorities, what are you going to focus on? Hardware, software, location, what type of hardware, what type of software. Definitely lists those in your project charter. Your project itself, how long is it going to take to do? Is it going to take you an afternoon? Is it going to take you multiple days? Definitely make a topology. If you have access to Azure still, make sure to pull down Visio. That is a application. I don't know if I have it on my computer. No, I don't have it on my computer. So Visio is a software. Yeah, I don't have it. Let me see if I can bring it up. It's a tool to help you build network maps. What? Vision. I don't want Vision. I want Visio. So it helps you build network maps. So I click in the lines. Design topologies, design workflow analysis, database centers. And let's see if we can't find one. So here we have one with some computer servers that I can't expand. There we go. And you see here that these are different LAN segments, email server cluster, database server cluster. So it just really helps you build a visual representation of flowcharts, whatever you want. Good piece of software. I think that piece of software runs like $500, but as a student, make sure to get your hands on it because it's free. It'll carry you through Front Range. It'll carry you through a 4-year degree, and it'll definitely carry you through a 6-year degree, to where you're really trying to convey thoughts and processes. Do you have a budget? You know, realistically, say, okay, I wanted to really try this. Um, do I actually have a budget? Does this fall into my budget? How can I afford this? Um, think of solutions for this. Research hardware cost, new appliances, tools, cables, software. CDWG, CDW, Newegg, was it Amazon? Um, all have price features, so you can kind of look around for what is going to meet your needs. And then once you get finished, um, present your solution. Put your solution in. Actually, let's make our discussions, man, because you guys won't get to it till the weekend. Um, Create a presentation for your solution, and then I'll figure out a way that we can take a look at them. Maybe we'll start next week by doing some solution presentations um, through like WebEx. Yeah, we'll figure this part out. But present your solution, detail 5 to 10 slides. You know, and basically you're gonna say that, kind of go back and say, you know what, this is my problem. This is why I didn't meet my needs. This is my priority, is to update the location of my access point, or I wanted to update my network from Wi-Fi to cabled. And remember, try to stay in 1 to 5 slides. Could you offer this solution to another person? Can you offer this to another person? Yes, this solution to another person, and say, you know what, I did this for $50. I improved my access point from Wi-Fi in to AC. You know, I think that's very reasonable for a student budget. $50, not big, but definitely doable. A project reflection discussion. Was it a success? Sometimes projects aren't successes, but that doesn't mean that you walk away they're a failure. They just didn't meet your needs. They fell short on your needs, but the project itself was completed. Um, so therefore, it's not really a failure. You completed the project, but it didn't meet your needs. So that's why you said it is a success. Is there anything you missed? Once again, in your reflections, be like, you know what, I planned to upgrade my access point to gigabit speeds to support gigabit speeds, but then later found out that my firewall, just like me, my firewall only did max 50 megabits. So it was something I definitely missed, and put it in the lessons learned on a slide. If you have any questions, reach out. But this week should be pretty cool, since we're kind of researching real world solutions.